Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, Jason is ready to claim what's his. It was such a good episode. It was so much of a good episode that I did not want to go over at a time that I normally go over when I'm talking about this stuff, and I want to sit there and really kind of get into it tonight. Let's do a quick roll call. We're going to be talking about a lot of shows. General Hospital, Date of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless. Lashanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jada, let's welcome Jada into the chat. First time in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. We got a lot to get into. This episode. Woo, this episode was something else. This episode was something else. Laura B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Okay, cool. If I can hear my voice, that's good. Yes, let's everyone welcome. Exactly. Let's everyone welcome Jada into the chat for the first time. I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing good. How you doing tonight? I'm in a very good mood. I am in a very, very good mood. Hey guys, comes in the chat. How you doing tonight? Audience in the chat. How you doing tonight? Audience says, "Hey, I read this episode. GH was a big cluster F. What annoyed me was Nina constantly talking about Carly. I'm like, give it a rest. It's already because Carly don't give two ish about you. Yes, that's true. Okay. Queen of the South, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. It is always a pleasure to see the Queen. Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. And why is this going so slow for? Yes, listen, Jada, that's how we do. Every time we got a new person in the chat, we sit there and give them a warm welcome. Ida's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Amy's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Lashanta's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Lashanta says, I remember I said Juanina going to Kelly's. Juanina's going to Kelly's. She says she can go wherever she wants. So can we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that one, Lashanta. We gonna get into that one tonight. Well, of course, Queen, it is always good to see you. Danny R is in the chat. Danny R says, "Are you? I just put up a new video not too long ago on my channel. Yes, I checked it out before, so I'll check it out tonight then. I'll check it out tonight, Rick. I'll check it out tonight. Danny, I look forward to watching it. Richard's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan's in the chat. How you doing tonight? At the bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Make sure as you're coming in, hit the like button because it really does actually help. We get new people in all the time, like Jada. Um, nah. Here's the thing, Lashanta. Well, here's the thing. That we can't even put those two in the same league of what I said. Willow wanted Nina to stay away from her, and yet you go to the Metro Court. Come on, bro, that doesn't make sense. CJ Clove is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, Lobby. It's always good to sit there and see new people. That's why hitting the like button is so important. That's why hitting that like. I know it sounds like a simple thing to do, but it really does actually help. Autumn says another thing that annoyed me about Nina was she was talking about how she wants you to get her on a run. Yeah, it was so out of pocket. Some of the stuff that Nina was saying was definitely out of pocket. Gloria's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Now we're gonna sit there and give my usual announcement. Um, if I miss your comment, don't take it personal. There's 26 people in the chat. There's just one of me. So if I do miss it, it's not personal. Eagle Fang, what's good? The $1 million question is what the hell did I just watch in GHA? Listen, Eagle Fang, I loved it. I was here for it. I was here for every yes, and yes, and I'm so looking forward to that tomorrow. Cheech is in the upswing right now, and I'm very happy about it. You know, um, Danny, I feel like John staged that whole fight. He staged that beating on himself. He staged that. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Yeah, no, a good night's sleep does wonders. And I actually had to wake up early today, and that sleep, I swear, it's like as you get older, sleep is so much more important. So much more important, Susan. Melinda and chat, what's going on with Nina and Drew? Yes, that was wild. That was wild. She was all up in Drew's face. Next thing you know, he takes off his shirt. Oh, you have a nice body. Uh, what? Susan says, feeling sorry. Eagle Fan says, Willow is one of the most frustrating characters out of all time. She wants nothing to do with Nina, but she shows up in her place. I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing, Eagle Fang. Honestly, Albert, when Sonny finds out that Nina and Drew slept together, that's going to be a big mess. Yeah. Which, by the way, honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not a fan of cheating, but when Nina finds out, when Nina finds out what Sonny and Ava did as far as the kiss, that's going to be a huge mess as well. Chen Dao, I actually enjoyed your stay. I like the direction it's going. Chen Dao, it's actually really good to see you again. Damn, it's been a hot minute. It's good to see you again. It's been too long. You know, I was kind of surprised by that for some odd reason. Yep, exactly, Melinda. I'm seeing Jason. Oh, okay. Why would that paralegal give Carly why would the paralegal give Carly legal documents that's supposed to be for Diane to Jason? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. So one person likes the direction and the other person dislikes the direction. That's interesting. Me as well, Chindel. I'm like, don't show up at somebody's place if you want to sit there and be acting like that. Oh, and I missed your comment, Melinda. Oh yeah. Yeah, I read it. Jada says, yeah, Nina and Drew was playing today. I gotta say they have more chemistry. Yo, uh, honestly, to tell you the truth, in a way, but not really, because I'm like Holly, this ain't your house. He can have no problems if they're kicking you and your mama out this house. Let's be real for a minute, Holly. You did this to yourself. You have nobody to blame except for yourself. Don't be sitting there coming up in the EJ, start being all loud and you know, disrespectful in his house. I lost your mind. Tracy Steves is in the chat. Melinda says, I think John sent it there and said it was Diane. Huh? Tracy Steves, Sonny will have no right to be mad at Nina when he didn't want nothing to do with her. And he kissed Ava. Yes, and he kissed Ava too. Let's not forget about that. Tracy, even Christina was sitting there looking at that whole thing like, yo, what are you still doing here? Francis is in the chat. How you doing tonight, Francis? Exactly, Susan. I'm like, I mean, granted, on top of the fact that she was wrong, but I'm like, you're not gonna sit there and disrespect this man in his own house. Like, you don't take your little. Oh, but to be fair, I did think that Kristen went a little bit too hard. I did think that Kristen went a little bit too hard and being very judgy. I'm like, Kristen, let's not sit there and talk about a bad influence for a hot minute out of all the roster of things you've done. Got her number anyway. Well, I mean, Ron, it wouldn't really matter. Ron is going to, I mean, Kalai is going to find a way to get to Ava. And I knew that exactly was going to end up happening. Francis, all is well. All is well. It was a good day. I had a lot of rest. And I had a long day at work, and yet I'm still here. So, good day all the way. Thank you for asking, Francis. Yeah, I was like, Jada said Ava standing in the back, though, had me dying. Yeah, she just went there just drinking her drink and just kind of just hanging out. And I'm like, I'm like with Christine, I'm like, the hell are you still doing here? Okay, well, I'm talking about that. Why are you still in the area for it? Melinda says, why are you giving my dad Sunday when he's on psych meds? Thank you, Melinda. That's exactly why Christina was sitting there looking like that. Chandel says, I hope they start to move Jason away from Sonny to have a better relationship with his sons and put them first and put himself first. And not put Sonny first because Sonny does not deserve Jason's loyalty. Exactly. Exactly, Eagle Fang. Oh, of course, Chandel. Of course. I think that's what a lot of people like to say, Tracy. You know, he's been an absentee dad for a very long time. And that's not the same thing as a deadbeat dad. Um, Ron says, but Albert, he should have told Chris, Kristen that their brother Stephen got arrested for blank ring, not by some stupid message on the phone. I mean, I don't know. Exactly. That's why I put the title up there, Susan. You know, let's sit there and check these likes. Lashonda says, Albert, did you hear Jason? What's up, Sonny? Exactly. Listen, I was here for all of it. Lakeisha is in the chat, and Lakeisha's actually here early tonight. That's what's up. Okay, we got 19. Oh, it's all good, Susan. No, but that's why I put the title up though, like that. That's exactly why I put the title there. You literally went with the title. It was a good day, Lakeisha. It was a good day. Oh yeah. No, it's just here's the thing, Lakeisha. When you usually come in, by the time here's the thing, because sometimes when you come in, I try to stay a few minutes like later. Cause I always love having you in the chat, so I usually stay like a few minutes later. So it's you know definitely a change of pace to see you here a little bit earlier. Ron, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really care that much either. Justin, what is Drew thinking? And I love how Willow told Nino off today. Oh wow, okay. I mean, Willow comes in Ava's restaurant, and yet somehow somehow she wants Nita to sit there and back off of her. I don't want you in my face, even though I came to your restaurant. Like, Susan, that was another waste of a time saying. Eagle Fan says actress that plays Ashley is a good bipolar character, but no one played a better split personality. Well, of course. But here's the thing. I'm still giving Eileen Davis her props. Exactly, Jada. The old school Like Live fans know about that. Nikki and Vicky, and I only made it up to Nikki and Vicky. Apparently, she had five alters. So I'm just like, all right. It would be really interesting, Apisha, if that's actually how um that's actually that's actually the story. Yeah, Ron. I mean, that's the thing. Dolomitics was meant to saying that she's very southern, so it's like Mama is kind of what they say, but it still does get kind of annoying. I said the same thing, for instance. I was like, why are you giving Carly legal documents? Oh, Dolomitics. I was just meant to talk about you in a positive way, of course. Sindel says, I think the writers are trying to mature the characters. Eva Vane says it's hard for me. It's hard to top Legends for me once it's done, but I love the work she's done, even though this Tucker Ashley and Audra drama never ends. Just like Jordan going after Nikki and her family. Yeah, that's true. Here's the Eva Vane with the whole Jordan. It's starting to become very cartoonish now. General Hospital was great. General Hospital was great. Yeah, Dolomits, because I think somebody said something that you were saying. I don't exactly remember what the sentence was, but when they said it, I was like, yeah, Dolomex was saying the same thing. Why did Jason give Carly half of his estate? Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's the thing, LaShanta. Lily made the situation worse. Lily made the situation worse. All we had to do was give up that stupid princess character, but she wants to be Petty Betty. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now he's going to sue you for something that you actually did. Um, Autumn says I kind of feel like with Harmony, Willow feels like Harmony made an effort to change and show Willow how sorry she was and to make up for her mistakes. Nina, on the other hand, has not learned anything, and I get that. Um, so why the hell did you go to her restaurant then? Oh well, I knew she was gonna be there, but I didn't want her to be near me. Well, then you shouldn't have went there then. You should have went to another restaurant. Both of y'all look like a bunch of idiots. Um, it was okay. It was alright, Ron. It threw me for a loop too, Nate. Threw me for a loop too. I did not see that coming. Jendel says, "Where is Sheila Carter if she's not dead?" Uh, Paris Clark, the one and only. How you doing tonight? DC was good. How you doing tonight? It looked like they're about to go that way. DC Soap Sanctuary, the one and only. I was here for the Jason scenes. It definitely it put me in such a good mood. I mean, I was in a good mood already because I actually got proper sleep. But you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I know how you feel about Jason, but ain't gonna raid on my parade. I was in a good mood. I was here for it. I was here for all the scenes. So that's right. That's right. And again, I love that line when Diane was like, Uh, Diane was like, "This is Sonny's office," and Jason was like, "Not anymore." Darby was good. DC says Abba has finally been calling Sonny and Jason out, which I appreciate. Oh, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'll always keep it 100. I'll call Jason out on his mess. I'll call Sonny out on his mess. And okay, Kyrie says, please explain why is he such a simp? I really don't understand that. Exactly. I'm taking my position back. I'm taking half my company back. Ron Barnes is in the chat. You know what? I knew you was gonna be kind of a Debbie Downer about the Jason scene today. I was actually expecting that. LaShanta says, but we never heard about that $5 million. What $5 million? I mean, to be honest, I don't know why he would give half of his estate to Carly. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So shacking up with Clyde. Hey, listen, he may be an OG, but he still got some game now. But no, they answered that question, Kyrie. So no, I can't. Like I said, I was here for the Jason scenes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, Kyrie, I get it. That's your opinion. I respect it. But I was here for it. And, Lakeisha, yes, I can sit there and say that. But I was here. I was here for it. DC says, Albert taking his company back. Albert never owned Bostic Enterprises. Is owned by share. It is owned in a private share by Love Cosmetics. I like that. I like that. Well, DC, she is the queen. Just, just gets what she wants. 9 times out of 10. Um, Darby says, isn't most of Jason's estate is mob related? He probably thinks he doesn't want his kids to have anything in that life. That's true, Lakeisha. Jason is still a quartermain. But yes, like I said, this episode was crazy. This episode was crazy. I was here for it. So, I mean, I know you're in a good mood. That's just your opinion on Jason. I respect that. I'm just saying, like, I love the scenes of Jason, so I was, you know, and Ed, yeah, her scene was pointless. Valerie Drew got a good looking body. Yeah, that whole argument just stopped. She was all up. How does a shirt actually rip off like that? By the way, that's true, Lisa. I mean, it was null and void, but yes. How does a shirt like that just rip off? And I love how she was all angry for a hot minute. Ron says let all in this chat sign our petition to Brad Bell to write Sheila having twins as DC, Laura B, and Kyrese. Exactly, Valley. I was like, what kind of cheap ass shirt is that? Oh yes, it's so well, yeah, of course. Melinda, I mean that makes as much sense as Carly. That makes as much sense as Carly having legal documents. Darby says you sound no. I sound baffled. Crystal says Harmony was a double murder. At least enough said about her. Nina is just desperate for a relationship with her family, so she keeps trying. Yes. Hopefully she will. I just that's the thing, Darby. I just sat there and I looked. I was just like, what? I thought she was going to at least give her some pushback. Like, no, I really can't. I really can't do it. Just like, oh, really? That'd be such a huge help. Thank you. So, boo, you don't want to have a job. You come back Monday morning, right? Like that's exactly what Shanta says. The same way GH break HIPAA laws. Yeah, what? I'm not gonna lie. That was one of those things where it's like that's one of those things, Lashanta, that once they broke that, I was like, all right, I'm done. Curry says Albert and please ask Ron again to sign my petition to have Nate and Tracy hired two surrogates. They need at least two kids together. Now ask him, please. You heard that? You heard that, Ron? Curry needs you to sign his petition. I don't know who else is going to sign it, but I'll sign it with him. Jada says Sonny cheating on Nina too by kissing Ava. Exactly. Darby says Ira is green with envy over Trino. What the? I think so too. I think so too, Chindel. I think so too because they kept putting them together. They kept putting them together for a reason. Well, that's kind of weird though, because they clearly didn't seem like they killed her off. Yeah, I couldn't even read what that said. I was like, that didn't really make a lot of sense. But now, Ed said they really need to stop making Nina the bad guy and why Carly lost the Metrocourt and her financial problems. Yes, I feel some type of way. No, and that exactly, and I yes, CJ Clove. That's exactly what Kyrie's is saying. Why did it? Queen Jess is in the chat. I mean, if Spencer does come back, Jada, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be by the same person. I think Nicholas Chavez moved on. So if they if they do have Spencer come back, it's going to be a recast. That's what I'm guessing. And Jess, you have been missed. Okay. It's good to have you back. Yeah. I know Valley for undisclosed reasons. We'll say on Valley for undisclosed reasons. Deluxe. Nina's being more suspicious, being more suspect each scene she's in. I think she need well, Ed, she definitely needs to sit there and fire that paralegal. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got to spend time with the family. You definitely been missed though. So it's good to see you again. And we have another person in the chat. Crystal, and I'm new to the chat. Do you guys think that Morgan is coming back? I think a lot of people want Morgan to come back, and let's give Crystalline a warm welcome. Cat ladies in the chat, gorgeous cat lady. Yeah, let's everyone give Crystalline a warm welcome. Autumn says, I want Nina to stop forcing a relationship with Willow because you can't force. Yeah, I mean, that's very true. That's very true. My whole thing is, you're 100% right about that. I just wish, because it was still just out of pocket for her to actually go there. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I'm actually at 2,000 subscribers. Wow. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Lakeisha. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I will definitely be watching. I will definitely be watching, Kyle Lady. And thank you, Lakeisha. One, thank you for telling me that, and two, thank you for letting me know. How you doing tonight, Crystal? And again, welcome, Crystal Lynn. Wow, I'm actually at 2,000. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Jane, let's everyone welcome Jane into the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh, I really am actually at 2,000. Okay, I did not see that coming. Wow, that's I did not see that coming. Wow. Damn. And who's James? Thank you, Lobby. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. And we got somebody named James in this chat? I just saw somebody say hi, James. What the fuck is James? No, but thank you. Lakeisha, Lashanta, I give you a lot of props on that string theory. Thank you, Blackman. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just noticed that when somebody said that. Well, I appreciate that, Kyrie's. But you're on your road to 1,000 as well. Oh, I said James. Thank you, Cat Lady. Thank you. You know what? I think I might actually said James because I was just so surprised by seeing that. Thank you, Jada. Thank you. Yep, Crystal Lynch is still in a coma. That's why it was so messed up when Dante was in a coma. Exactly, Deluxe. It's almost like it was planned. Ron B says, did Carly forget about the documents she was supposed to give to Jason? Yeah, the documents she wasn't even supposed to have. The documents she wasn't even supposed to have, but whatever. If they do, hopefully they give her a good story. It's so weird too, because like these writers have been writing these characters out of pocket, but today was actually a really good episode. Oh no. But I'm just taking it all in. I'm definitely taking it all in. Sorry, we got 50 something people in the chat and 2,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, of course, Jess. Harry says it's all who wants Lulu out of a coma should probably wake up and be on our last nerves. But here's the thing, Jess. Like Willow and Michael was out of pocket. If you don't want Nina in your life and everything like that, you don't want her in the face, then why go to the Metro Court? Eagle Fang says whoever is the caretaker of Lulu, I can't picture what the hospital bill is. Is that point you damn. And you know what? Carrie does actually have a good point though about Lulu. If she comes back and she'll be on people's nerves. Crystal says Ava messed up. Christina felt some might not have felt some kind of way had Sunny even asked for the drink. Very true. Yes. Yes, Crystal, I agree. I said the same thing. I was like, boo, if you don't want her in your life, don't go to her hotel, don't go to her restaurant. James says, I'll tell you why Byron Maurice told Byron not to come back, even when Byron wanted to come back to GH and he was low on money. Maurice Bernard admitted he did that. Oh, oh, that's bad. Exactly. Deluxe said a cop jacket gets beat up and doesn't want to call the cops. And Carly don't find that sus at all. Don't want to go to the hospital. Oh, I can't ID the guys. They got away. The shopper says, Albert says, someone lives rent free like Carly and Nina's head. That's true. I did like how she tried to manipulate Drew, and somehow they wound up having love in the afternoon. Like, how do you go from that? Or Lulu could act like 2014 Nina when she got out the coma. I'm not gonna lie, that would be interesting. I mean, if they played it where she's like kind of the bad girl a little bit, that'd be interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It still, it threw me for a surprise. In a soap opera, it threw me for a surprise. Um, Lord, I feel like the way that she acted today, people were just like, you know what, just kind of show Sasha. Sasha is the better daughter, even if she's not blood related. Because that was just like, ooh. And I think even she knew she was out of pocket, and Michael's like, "No, this is Nina's fault. How's this Nina's fault? You brought her to to her restaurant. Nina was on the board, and she would do whatever." That's a good question. Oh, Jess is disrespecting Nina Nation by that comment. Darby says, "Let's hope Nina gets pregnant by Drew by some miracle." That is so disrespectful to Nina Nation. Y'all read that, right? Now, you know it's going to be really interesting, Chad, is when Jess joins Nina Nation and she wears a shirt that says Nina Nation. She's going to look back at that comment, going to shake her head and be like, that was such a that was such a bad mistake. Jada says one thing I like that the new writers are doing are showing more of the kid actors, but it's still low key cringe. But very true. ZK say, "Hey everyone, I love when Sunny and Jason are beefing. Nina is finally about to get over Sunny." Yeah, I'm with it. Ron B says it was obvious that Jake was a setup. They looked. Oh yeah, John. Yes, I won't be too surprised. I won't be too surprised by that. Jada. Well, to be fair, Eagle Fang, it is unfortunately it is kind of true. It is kind of true. Harry says Nina's too good for Sunny. That's true. That's true. Hey, Lashanta says I like when Drew say you want to help with your daughter and you keep me from mine. To be fair, Lashanta, he kept himself from his own daughter. Okay, he kept himself from his own daughter. He chose to go to jail for Carly. As said, the problem with Willow and Michael is Willow has forgiven for Harmony and Michael fighting to get back in Sunny's life, but Nina's the monster. And Jada says also the fact that they haven't shown Taggart is wild because Trina's been going through it. Exactly. That's true. All right, Eagle Fang, let's keep this about the soaps. There's no need to sit and take it on a personal level. Yes, that's very true, Valerie. Tiger is under bridge drinking. It is kind of wild that they haven't shown him though. Jay Blue, yes, that's exactly what Jess said. And I said the same thing. I was like, how is it? It's so wild that a shirt could just come off that easy. I said the same thing, GK. Plus, like, don't go to that person. Like, I understand how you want this person to sit there and stay away from you, but yet you go to this person's place of business. Well, the faster they do a recast, the faster that Trina can actually have a story again. But let's be honest, they haven't given her a story. And this whole grieving thing just isn't even working. Either that, ZK, or that's a cheap ass shirt. Yeah, Kylie, I think it kind of bothered a lot of people. LaShanta says, Aubrey, you wasn't saying that about Nina running in Carly's face. LaShanta, I mean, you can't. The thing is, you can't compare those two. That's the problem. You're trying to compare Carly. You're trying to compare apples and oranges. Willow says, "I don't want Nina in my life." Then why do you go to her place of business? It's weird, Kendall, because I heard that he did an interview and he basically said that that is it's up to the powers that be. I've seen how they look, Kyrie's on what's their name? GH Sunday show. It, it don't look that great. I mean, no offense to the ladies. I know that they got their thing going on, but I seen them use it and it looks pretty bad. And I've seen other people use it too, and it looks bad. Like if I had an actual green screen, then maybe I can do something like that. Just says I like seeing Jason take what's his. I hope he sticks it to Sunny tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna be here for it, Jess. LaShanta says Port Charles is a small town. They can go whenever they want. Okay, okay, LaShanta. Okay, that's what, that's an interesting comment. Ron says, Carly leaves the apartment, forgets she left the papers if then Jagger finds it. Now, Ed says Willow's big on boundaries, but Carly didn't respect Willow's boundaries when she hired someone to lie to Willow about her parents being dead, but Willow just forgave Carly so easily. Yeah, hi, Liz in the chat. How you doing tonight? It's good to see you again. I said the same thing. I'm like, that's what Lashanta said that I was like, bro. You're not making no sense. You really not. And then when Nina gets there, she's like, "Oh, I told you to sit there and leave me alone and to have boundaries." I'm like, then why did your dumbass actually come to her? Why did you come to her place of business for? Like, we're not gonna sit there and try to make that make sense. Okay, we can't do that. Oh, of course that happens. Good to see you again. No, that's a good question, Francis. Because I've been watching these, and it's just so odd to see him. I thought when they actually shot him, I thought he was going to be off a days then. Alyssa's in the chat was good. Hope you had a good day. It's good to see you. Just says, LOL, what you say about Ava's hair, I wasn't a fan of it either. I just sat there, was like, it just seemed like she just woke up and just forgot to use a comb. I don't know what they were actually trying to go for, but whatever it was, it damn sure didn't work. I'm like the hair and makeup team just said F it. Like, nah, boo, you good. You can just go out there. Dolly says, Albert, have you noticed we're basically watching Jason protect Carly on two different. I love that comment. I love that comment. That's so true. I don't know what the hell they were going for, but that is clearly did not work. Oh, Alyssa, I gotta ask you a question. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I gotta ask you a question, Alyssa. Davlin said, "Did we talk about you?" Yeah. Trust me, that threw me by surprise. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. That chick got up in the morning and just said F it. And you know what, Carrie? I don't even blame her. I blame hair and makeup. Okay? They just let that poor girl just go out there and just said F it. I enjoyed your podcast on I enjoyed your podcast on Saturday, Alyssa. Did I say anything out of pocket though? Like, did I say anything that was like too crazy or out of pocket in your podcast on Saturday? Yeah, no, I just want to know, did I say anything out of pocket on Saturday, Alyssa? Anything offensive or anything like that? Jane said Ava is so sneaky. Christina noticed Ava was giving Sonny alcohol when he's supposed to be on. Yes. Also, Jane, the fact that she was still in the room while they were talking, she was also like, "Why are you here for?" Okay, good. Nah, Alyssa, I may have to go on an apology tour. Let's just sit there and say Saturday, I was not responsible with my drinking. It got bad. And I'm not going to talk about it here, so you will find out in the member stream. But that's why I was so worried. Unless what I didn't see, I was like, man, I probably said something so out of pocket. Jindal says Jason claimed that he loved other women, but he always put Carly. That's true. That's always been a very out of pocket thing for me. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't actually have my live stream on Saturday because I slept all day because I was drinking. Listen, this is why I rock with you. One of many reasons, except for I was way too irresponsible. It was bad. It was bad. As says, Jay's love having Ava in the room on Sunny's conversations. No, um, it was bad. I didn't even post like I wasn't. I literally came home at like 2 o'clock, and I slept to 11 o'clock. And I streamed on Sunday though. And Francis says, "Who won WrestleMania?" It was bad. It was bad. Here's the thing, Jane. I haven't drank in a while, so it's like, oh man, it's open bar. Oh, this gonna be fun, and it was fun. And two, it wasn't fun. And then I didn't remember most of the stuff that happened on Saturday, and some of the stuff I wish I could have forgotten. ZK said you're so cold. I've been talking about Ava's hair and makeup. No, ZK, I wasn't cold. Hair and makeup messed up. Hair and makeup act like they didn't care about that poor girl going out there like that. And that's the thing, ZK. Ava's a beautiful woman, so that was a crime. Davlin says Albert are the powers that be on GH trying to yes. I think so. You know, it's funny to have I could have swore I heard something about that. Ah, okay, Jay. Yeah, I know who that is. Well, okay. Oh no, Kyrie's no. No one is spared the ride. You know that. No one is spared the ride. Tracy Abbott, Tracy Quartermain, whatever other traces that may sit there and come to these soap operas. DC says, "I'm surprised Albert is still on and hasn't put." DC, you should have been here this weekend. I was um I was told some stories that I'm not going to repeat here, but it was not good. Well, Kyrie, it's because they did a good job with her hair and makeup, unlike Ava. Just said Christina's being so annoying. I forgot to mention how annoying her argument. What? Um, just the kind of stories that is going to probably have me on an apology list, on an apology tour. Um, nothing good. Nothing good. Yeah, nothing good. Just that's let's put it this way. This is why I asked Alyssa, should I be apologizing for anything? Because okay, I'll let Albert tell you. Okay, good. Seriously, listen, I was actually going to sit there and DM you. Island Breezes in the chat was good. Guys, it's a comment like that that just puts a smile on my face. Even though that's totally not true. But I appreciate you, Kyrie's, coming in here trying to rain them up for Jason. But you're my guy, though, so I still rock with you. Jane says if Jason wants to protect Carly, he should protect her from John Cates. Seriously, Lakeisha, I was gonna sit there and DM her like, "Yo, we good, right?" No, no, I'm good. No, I'm good now. Saturday was a different story. This is what happens when you have open bar. I'll just say that much, Alyssa. This is what happens when you have open bar. Like an open bar, I'm not paying for these drinks. I'm gonna go in at 12 in the afternoon. No, Karius, you put a smile on my face. I know 52. We had like 52, 53 people in the chat, and apparently I'm actually at 2,000 subscribers, which that is gonna be kind of hard to go to sleep tonight. Okay, Alyssa, now I'm actually have to go back and watch that. Okay, because I came in there and I said what's up, but I was, oh, man, that's a good question. How many likes we have? I'm pretty sure the math isn't mathing. Am I gonna have to cheat again? Let's see. Let's see if I'm gonna have to cheat again. Oh, okay. 39 likes. I watched a little bit of the stream though. Yeah, so we got 39 likes and 51 people in the chat. Man, I forgot exactly how odd. Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what it is, Lobby. 39 likes. It's so weird to sit there and hear my voice. I've been doing YouTube for like 3 years, and it's still weird as hell to hear my own voice. Yeah, but I watched a little bit of the stream though. Listen, I think I didn't comment that much because I was still tipsy and I didn't want to say anything that might have been, I don't know, inappropriate or out of pocket. So I was like, uh, plus I was super tired for some odd reason. Exactly, Lord BC. That's why I rock with you. I appreciate you. DC says, same. I play back my videos sometimes. I'm like, damn. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. But sometimes I have to do it because it's like I want to make sure my video is good, or at least some of the talking points is on point. Thank you, Lord B. I appreciate that. And DC does have a good voice, and apparently, according to some people, he's more respectable than me. But have a good night, Francis. It was really great to see you. Lakeisha said Carly has been in danger of going to prison twice in less than a year, being defended by Drew and then Jason. Maybe it was meant for her to go to you. Jada says also Jason and Drew are definitely twins. Ooh, both put Carly as kids first. What has the most money? Jason, Michael, Davlin, definitely Michael. And Kyrie says, "Have a good night, Kyrie." And I need to accept that Brady is a four and nothing more. DC says, an Albers stars a t-shirt line of the t-shirt. Ooh, I like that. That'd be what's up. Deluxe says Jason has more money. Oh yeah, I mean, listen, he's more than a four now. He's more than a four. Listen, I'm straight, and I can sit there and say he's more than a four. Paris is just being mean. Have a good night, Alyssa. Don't stay gone too long, because I will have to sit there and send out like a search party. Have me start worrying. Deluxe says Jason has more money than Sonny. Isn't that attractive? Well, he isn't that attractive. Oh, you know, okay, good. Kristen says, do you think they're going to do a nurses ball again? I love watching nurses ball. Probably. Oh, okay. Now, Lashanta says Brady is a 10. He's definitely more than a 4. Deluxe says Steve mentioned in his. DC says I feel most soap actors are super attractive when they first come on, but once we get used to them, then the attractiveness level goes down even though they look the same. Hmm. You know, I never actually thought of it like that. Yeah, he, exactly, Liz. He's more than a 4. Now, Island Breeze says Brady is a 6. Probably go a little higher than that, but okay. He said Brady was definitely high on passion. She looked pretty much the same, but looks like a dad now. That is true, Jane. I mean, so obsessed that she actually wound up going to the nurse's ball and wound up getting in a shot. Jada says, I can say soap actors love their Botox. That's true. And it's kind of sad to some extent, too. Unless I don't find a lot of men on daytime attractive anymore, except for Nicholas Chavez, of course. Darby says, how is that possible that Jason has more money than Sonny since he's been out of the business for stretch of the year at a time? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. You know, Island Breeze, I skip a lot of the musical numbers. Lisa says, I hope Jason tells Carly the truth so Carly can prove that. I think she's probably going to find out. I don't think that Jason's going to tell her though. Well, Alyssa, have you watched the documentary on Netflix? Um, the Menendez brothers. Lisa says, "I hope Jason." Oh, that's the same damn thing. Thank you, ZK. Thank you. I'm still like, I don't know if I should do a video on it. I feel like I should. It's going to take me a while to go to sleep tonight, though, ZK. I'll tell you that much. I mean, like I said, today was a really good day, even though it was a long day. The hospital is actually good. We have so many people in the chat, so many new people, and I got 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, good day. Susan says, and thank you, ZK. Thank you for sticking with the channel. Susan says maybe Sunny has been playing child. Maybe because Sunny has been playing child support for all those kids of his. It can't be cheap. Would imagine it. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be cheap. And they having all those damn kids. Darby says if I was a criminal like Sunny, and if you weren't here earning money, you wouldn't be paid money either. Crystal Lynn says I would love to see Patrick and Robert and Emma come back to the show. I do miss Patrick Drake though. He's only if you had the same actor. Right now he's too busy playing Billy Boy on Young and Restless with Petty Lily. Petty Lily, who's about to be sued. Oh yeah, definitely. He don't want it. He don't want it from Jason. And Lashata has a list. I'm done with Lucy, Sunny, Sam, Chrissy, Nina, Ava, Valentine, Olivia, Portia, Curtis, and Marshall. Hmm. That's a good list except for Chrissy. Here's the thing. I still feel like both Jocelyn and Chrissy was out of pocket. Because people was like, oh, well, you're pregnant. You shouldn't have been arguing with Josh. That's true. Josh, you shouldn't have been arguing with a pregnant woman. That's the thing that I found funny. And I'm not going to sit there and say who said that comment, even though I know who said that comment. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But Jocelyn shouldn't have been arguing with a pregnant woman, though. Is Jocelyn wasn't wrong about anything that she said. But Chrissy wasn't wrong about some of the stuff that she said either. Crystal says Jason and Michael both have Quartermain inherit the money, but Jason has Corrento's money too. Michael doesn't have because Sonny said Michael is Carly's son, not his. Oh, I'm pretty sure he still has some of Sonny's money. It's not like when he said that he just snapped his fingers and all that money just came out of his bank account. Tom. AB, why is everyone calling Jason a bad father? To me, he's not. I agree. I mean, I think he could have been more present in his children's lives, and I do think that there's certain times he couldn't be there, but then there's times where he should have been there when he was. But I wouldn't sit there and say he's like a deadbeat dad. I wouldn't go that far. Lisa said Jason knows something is off with Sunny. Maybe Sunny will check on his meds, or maybe Jason will. Yes, because you saw the preview, so you know. Just that they both have points, but Chris is biased, understandably, yes. That's the thing, Jess. You know me as far as Josh, but Josh wasn't wrong about a lot of that stuff. DC says I feel Brady is between a 7 and an 8. Yeah, you also said that Brady Black and Marshall Ashford are on the same level as far as attractiveness, right? I mean, isn't that what you said, Tom? You said that Brady Black and Marshall are on the same level. Yeah, exactly, DC. But they're on the same level, though, right? James says sometimes soap operas don't show the kids. Well, yeah, labor laws and stuff. And DC says, and I stand on it. Ooh, and DC said with his chest. Okay, exactly. I listen. I respect that. He said, I stand on it. He basically said that a senior citizen and a man who is not a senior citizen is on the same level. But okay, yeah, that's cool. We're not even going to get into that grandpa fetish. We just not going to do that. There's nuances in that, Darby. DC says, I won't allow Albert to shame me anymore for me like Marshall. I will not allow. Ooh, sound like Brooke Logan there. Okay, I won't allow it. Island says, I hate that Jason has to constantly save Sonny. He's always been a mess. That's true. Grandpa Fetish, you see what he did? I didn't do anything. You see, I just listen. Everyone has their kinks, little fetishes. I ain't knocking it. Be proud of it, DC. You be proud of it. You stand on it. You say with that same thunder that Brooke Logan says. Um, oh, DC, you're something else. Just says so. Carly and Jagger. How long until that happens? Jada says Christina didn't always have the best relationship with Sunny, so I was low key confused on why she was defending Sunny like that. She used to call him a thug all the time. Yes, Jada. She used to be worse than Joss. She used to be worse than Joss. As much as I didn't like Joss, she was she was actually way worse than Joss. That's why when people sit there and be like, "Oh, you're so harsh on Joss," I'm like, listen, if I was doing reviews on what you call it, I would have gave her that same fire. They say, why you gotta try to pivot from that? Why don't you just accept the grandpa fetish and just you have a grandpa fetish? It's okay. We all have our fetishes, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed of, DC. He may not be her grandfather. Come on. Tom says everybody thinks Jason's coming back to be Sonny's lapdog, but I think these new writers are taking in a little farther by having him take back what is his. I'm here for it. Oh, Island Breeze says Christina had a mob princess show back in the day. Yeah, she was. I think she was at her peak as far as annoyingness. Played by how's the name of that actress? I used to love that chick too. She played Raven on 100, but yes, she was peak annoying. Y'all thought that Joss was bad. DC says which other grandpa on soaps Have I gone after a fetish is something based on multiple instances? Marshall is just one. Sometimes all it takes is one. Sometimes all it takes is just one. And then you just kind of go off from there. You know, as content creators, DC, we gotta be brave and we gotta sit there and own it, you know? Lindsay Morgan, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord B. Thank you. No, DC, I'm just trying to get you to just, embrace it. No, Jane, that was the other one. Yeah, Lexi's is well was really like the first true Christina, but the one that did the Mob Princess show that was Lindsay Morgan. And DC says, I own the fact that I find an older man attractive, a man who is fine. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you tomato tomato is rather it's a grandpa fetish or not. I mean, you own it. Trevor says you think Jason would take over the business until Sonny gets back to normal. Hmm. I don't think it's gonna be like before. Well, that'd be kind of interesting. Jada says the blind loyalty towards Sonny and Carly is one of the things I don't like about Jason, but he is still one of the best characters. That's true. That's true. That's right, DC. DC is like I own it. I own my grandpa fetish. Goddamn right. Goddamn right, DC. Very proud of you. That's what I said. As content creators, you got to be brave and just be open. You know, it's a good thing. I bet you at this point, DC thinks I'm gaslighting him. DC says, "Grandpa fetish. You see this man? LOL. Is John a grandpa? I ain't see you say nothing when I said John was fine. Either it's just a hater when." I think John is younger than what you call it. John is younger than Marshall. Lisa says, "Where's Marshall? Does he know Curtis is walking?" That's a good question. I mean, I would assume so since Stella found out. Melly Mama Hurricane. John is older than Marshall. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up. That don't look right. Are you sure, DC? I saw a part of it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I saw a part of it though. What would be a good storyline for Trina? It's a good question. I mean, when they give her like the stuff that they gave her was good, like the trial and stuff like that when she was going to go to jail, the haunt the star stuff. That was good stuff. Even towards the end, when Spencer, sacrificed himself, was good. So they can get her in good stuff when they want to. What? DC says the actor who plays John is 70, the actor who plays Marshall is 66. Wow. Yeah, I am too. You got Kid Ashley and you got Dark Ashley. Eileen Davis is killing it though. Color storylines, they're only young adults now. Yeah, it is. Alyssa, it is. Especially when she was talking to Audra last. And she went from the kid version to the dark version. Like her facial expression was just like, oh, this is crazy. Alyssa, I wonder what are the names of the Ashley's authors. It would be nice if they gave their names, because I'm just making up names at this point. Yeah, me too. Me too, Lobby. Yeah, listen. I mean, Lisa, Eileen is killing this story. Yeah, ZK. If they wanna write something good for her, I'm pretty sure they can do it. And Tavi can, I've seen her in some front burner stories. When they give her good stuff, she kills it. I'm with you, Alyssa. They do. They do, Island. Yep. Alyssa, you're the wicked one and the scary one. No, this is going to be a surprise on who interrupts John and Snow at the one cabin that I know who will be. That's what. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mel. ZK, I want the actress to be on the gates. I want her to be on the gates. Dazzlin says I like old men. I like the challenge they are giving. I read right through a young man. Okay, that's so. Queen Janet was good. Hope you had a good. Yeah, Drew. Drew and Nina, that was crazy. But to be fair, I am mostly just messing with DC though. Alyssa said the scary one is warning Tucker. Janet says we need some cray cray. Oh yeah, what we saw today was definitely cray cray. Messy is good. You damn right, Janet. You damn right, Janet. Okay, so she's actually coming back to the show. Hopefully they give her something good. Hopefully they give her something good. Because I know a lot of people like Sharon, but listen, what about Summer not wanting to F with Claire? I clearly don't blame Summer, but I do believe Claire is trying to change. Yes, I agree 100% with that sentence, Alyssa, because I'm like, yo, listen, it wasn't that long ago that she tried to practically murk my family and my dad. And Alyssa is not liking that Kim. No, but seriously, GK, I want Tabi on the gates. And I want her to play a bad girl. I want Tabi to sit and not too bad, but like definitely more of an edgier character. What's good, Jonathan? Yeah, no, I want Tabi to sit there and play like a bad girl. Janet says, any thoughts when we see Luna and Zende hooking up again. I kind of hope that they don't. I don't know. It's so weird because it's like I can see them being together, but like how they introduce them is just so weird. It's like how do you move forward from that? Because what he didn't take advantage of her, but optics is so weird. So weird for me. Have a good night, Crystal Lynn. It was really good to see you in the chat, and I hope I get to see you as well. So, yeah, Jen, a lot of people are really liking them. I think it's also the way that they threw them together, though, too. Jen, that's another thing. Jen Johnson says, I guess Sunny isn't going to be the first to be unfaithful to his current marriage. Nope. So, Jen, you predict them hooking up next month? That seems about right. That seems about right. Island says both Adam and Summer are right. Claire is not completely okay. Yeah, I can see that. At least she's trying now. Dave, what's good? I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight? Darby says Tabby is not going anywhere. GH ain't gonna let her go anywhere near CBS after all the time they put into her and her family on GH. Yeah, but I still kind of I hope that's the case. I like to feel that I have some sort of power in the universe. I mean, apparently, I have enough power to sit there and get shows canceled. So if I got enough power to get at least two shows canceled, then I should have enough power to sit there. See, exactly what I said. I got that power. I got that power to make it happen. And not only is she going to go over there, but she's going to go over there and she's going to play an edgy character. Thank you, Terry H. Can make sure you hit that like button. I'm pretty sure the math isn't mathing, but that's the thing, though. We had a lot of people, and I feel like that's because people did hit the like button. Yo, Starbucks would not leave me alone. It's like if you stop seriously, if you stop going to Starbucks for like a hot minute, it would practically be blown up your phone. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, Darby. Yes, Jonathan, because he did sit there and say that, are you still on your meds? Oh, okay, cool. We got 44. We got 44 likes. Okay, 42 people in the chat. That's good. I'm good with that. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Mel. Darby says Starbucks saying Albert, don't you? Is that and it's so weird, Darby, because I actually have been going to Dunkin' Donuts a lot more, even though I still stand by everything I said in that video I made. Like I said, Alyssa, that's what I want. I don't think that they'll do it right, you know? And Trina's not the thing is Trina's not a bad character, but it's just like yes, definitely so, Jonathan. Because I could have swore I heard a rumor snippet saying that she talked about having more scenes with um with the actor. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen, Jonathan. This is more of a matter of when. But I did hear a rumor that Laura Wright did sit there and say she wanted to have more scenes with um well, I don't know. As weird as it is to sit there and say, does Jason really need to be with anyone right now? Like you start to think about it, does he really need to be with anyone right now? If they're gonna put him with anyone, it's going to be Liz. If they were gonna sit there and put him with somebody. I don't know. Like I said, I love GA. I was here for it. I was here for all the scenes. Yeah, they don't need to actually put him. As weird as it sounds for a soap opera, exactly, exactly, Lakeisha, exactly, Darby. Also, Steve as Julie's brother and Gloria as Liz has a place called Be in a Funeral in the Fall for the. Okay? Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. CJ Clove. Sam, Sam has been out of pocket. I wonder why that was, Alyssa. Here's more tea on Laura Ray. She didn't want to be in scenes with Sean Butler, the guy who plays Sean, even though she had great chemistry with. Wow. Yeah, Lakeisha, I'm just like, they don't. He doesn't really need to like be with anyone, to be honest. Laura B says, does anyone think that Finn on B&B will believe Deacon? Nope. Yeah, Jonathan, if the actress didn't leave. Hmm. I'm surprised I don't see you. I'm surprised I don't really see that much in Clarice's live streams because he's always talking about Jason being a deadbeat, even though I disagree. Well, which fan are you talking about? Darby B&B fan or GH fan? I mean, yeah. If it's like a what if story, yeah. But only if though, right, Jonathan? Oh, Finn B&B. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. It was out of pocket the way that Kristen was coming at what you call it at Holly. Because I'm not saying Kristen wasn't wrong as far as the whole thing with Tate, But don't sit there and try to act like, oh, I don't want you being married my daughter because you're not a good influence. I'm like, Kristen, you are the last person to be sitting there talking about anyone being a bad influence. Like, Jada said, was there even a resolution to the Charlotte Target and Anna storyline? I love GH, but they irk me with these stupid drop storylines sometimes. Yes, Alyssa, I said the same thing. I was like, boo. And I'm not just saying she wasn't wrong on some level as far as like what Holly did to tape, but I'm like, you are not in a position to sit there and talk about bad influences. Honestly, tell you the truth, the way Rachel acts, the way how Rachel acts, the way that she acts, it's mostly because of you. Is that's what I said, Alyssa. I was like, look how Rachel acts. Johnson says, what did you think of AJ standing up for Holly? I mean, it was cool. It was, it was nice. But I was also surprised he did that though, because Holly did disrespect EJ in his own home. That's the thing. Not, even the scene before that, um, she was going out of pocket with EJ talking about, oh, this is all your fault. You blew it out of proportion. And then when she had a conversation with Johnny, she was like, yeah, I know that this is mostly my fault. I'm like, but yet you want to sit there and start getting all loud and all up in, getting an attitude with yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that scene now. Exactly. Listen, at the end of the day, I feel like Kristen, you're more of a danger to your daughter than Holly is. If we're if we're going to be honest, your child acts up and acts out of pocket. That's mostly because she's looking up to you. Oh, you're a bad influence. It's like you're her mother. Who do you think is a worse influence? Um, and again, Dolomedic says something that was really interesting that I'm gonna re-bring back up in the chat. He was like, in a lot of ways, oh, absolutely, Alyssa. And I agree with that too, Island. Dolomedics is like, in a lot of ways on both shows, Jason is protecting Carly. Harris protecting Ava, who used to be Carly, and of course, Jason protecting Carly now. So you only get that reference if you watch both of the shows. That's what's so smart about Dolomedic's comment. Mel says, to be fair, Kristen stole Brady and Teresa's embryo and had given birth to Tate, which was named Christopher Demers. So Kristen has no room to talk about AJ or Holly bad influence. Well, yeah, of course. Alyssa had two different Carlys. LOL. One is Ava from Days, and is that when he said that? I was like, I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, and again, you only get that reference if you watch both shows. Hopefully, Jonathan, because I'm gonna be honest. I know they're there for the romance and the lovey dovey stuff, but my goodness, they are literally only a step above Trip and Wendy. Yep, that's true. Hopefully. I mean, I don't want her killed off. I just want something interesting for that girl. I just want something interesting for Chanel. I mean, hell, it's not like Johnny actually really does stuff that interesting. Yeah, they are. They really are. And the thing is, Trip is a boring character. You know, the only time that Trip was actually interesting. You know, the only time that Trip was actually interesting was when he was possessed by the devil. That's bad. Your character is only interesting when you're possessed by the devil. I really feel like I shouldn't be saying that much, but still. Um, just don't know, people. Just don't know. Yeah. Alyssa says they need to bring back the exorcism storyline to make Trip interesting again. Yeah. Darby says I thought Johnny was the one possessed by the devil. No, both of them were. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, Darby. When Johnny wore that suit did look fire. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. That suit looked fire. You know, I heard that days used to actually be better back in the day. We had like Sammy going at Nicole and stuff like that. Their rivalry back and forth. How do we get from that? How do we get from Chanel? Damon says, yes, he did. Damon. Ooh. Damon, did you get a chance to check out the video? The spelling the T video? That's not saying who that's not saying who will interrupt Johnny and Chanel. I mean Krista Claire. Okay, well I mean I appreciate that, Mel. The hell was I saying before? Oh, okay. All right. Well, like I said, Damon, once you know, you know. What happens in the members only stays in the members only. I don't know if I'll see you this weekend, because I'm gonna be honest. I was it was a weekend, I'll tell you that much. Johnson says or have one of Trish mobster related threatens and blackmails him personally and have to do favors like Austin defamation. Oh, that would definitely make him interesting. That's what I was gonna sit there and say. How do we get from like Gabby um putting a bomb inside of oh he's filming a movie right now, Davlin. I can't remember what it's called, but he's filming a movie right now. But put a bomb in Julie's pacemaker. How do we go from that to Trip and Wendy? Let's think about the bar just going that low down. And granted, I wasn't even here for those stories. You know, that's before I started watching it. You know, here's the thing, Mal. I'm glad that you actually like them. I'm glad you like those stuff. Because I always do sit there and say, you know, I realize that not every scene is going to work for me, but I can appreciate it works for other people. Like I didn't really like Days that much today. I didn't really care about Abe and Paulina. Gonna be honest, I did feel like part of me was getting kind of annoyed with Paulina a little bit in today's episode. Um, Johnny and Chanel that I don't care about. Wendy and Trip I don't really care about. Clyde stuff was interesting. Jonathan says that's right. Have Trip's monster cousin call him like Nathan called on Austin on GH. Yeah, that would. I mean, that's the thing, Jonathan. It's like we're kind of stuck with Trip to some extent, so we might as well try to make him exciting. In case I miss how hot Chloe and Daniel affair was back in the day. Hate that Days ruined it. Alyssa, I don't care for Constantine and Maggie. Oh, Maxi horror movie is coming out in July 5th, 2024. We take a quick look at that. Jada says, when is Ava going to get whacked? The real mob would have done whacked her since she killed Kate or messed with Morgan's. Oh yeah, but you know Maureen ain't going nowhere. You're right about that though. Hmm. All right. Have a nice ZK. All right, I saved this, so I will be watching it. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, the actor that plays Cyrus is doing some sort of movie. I keep forgetting the name of the movie to sit there and tell people, but um, well, of course, Alyssa. I mean, Alyssa, you know exactly why I like Talia, and pretty much the only reason why I actually like Talia. It's just, it's one of those things, Alyssa. I'm glad you reminded me of her because it's like, have a night, Laura B. It was good to see you again. I mean, great actress. Just talk about just like misuse. Yeah, she was definitely a misused character. Good actress, just misused. Like, they could have really wrote a better storyline for her. Now Susan says maybe Alyssa, and hopefully they write her better. Now says you you to go back to watch X and Pearl horror movies before watching Max. WY what? Susan says, I saw the actress who played Talia on a new Apple TV series called Sugar last night. So far, it was a small part. But Darby, why what? I just see a sentence that says why. Mel says Abby you have to go back to watch. Oh, why Miss Hot? Because she's hot. That's why, Darby, because she's hot. I mean, the character was misused, and I wasn't a huge fan of the way that they went about her character, but she was good looking, so I mean, have you seen that chick? Uh, that's why I said, Darby. No, no. That's why I said she was definitely misused. Good looking woman, but she was definitely mishandled. Hmm, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I just That's a tough one right there. Now says you got to watch X and Pearl Harbor movie to understand what's. Oh, okay. So what Max? Okay, so that's like a part two. Oh, well, I can't blame you, Alyssa. Oh wow, looks like they got a. Oh, of course, I don't know. They came out like. Alyssa. Here's the thing. She wasn't that bad until this storyline came up. That's the thing. She wasn't that bad until this storyline came up, and it's just it's the way that they written her. You know, like she got so upset with Stephanie, but she was cool with Nicole and Eric afterwards. Like seriously, they don't do her no favors in the writing department. I'll say that much. I mean, to be fair, Darby, she's not the worst character, right? Like she's not. I've dragged people a lot worse than Jada. Let's not sit there and act like Jada's the worst character. She's being pretty annoying right now. And she did a little bit more than warn. If we're gonna be honest, Melissa, she did way more than just warn. She practically blamed her and said that well, she should have investigated more. She should have did a background check. Nah, she was definitely out of pocket for that. She was definitely out of pocket for that. And then try to make her seem like she should be blaming herself. Like, nah, that was out of pocket. That was like Alyssa, my girl, but that was out of pocket. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one. No, but I've dragged a lot of people much worse it up. Yeah, we're gonna disagree with that one because that was out of pocket. That's something I will stand 10 toes down on. Like I said, Jada's not that bad of a character, but that was no one sits there and does background checks on people. No one does background checks when they're dating somebody. And you blaming her for something that literally she didn't know about. Oh, nice. Okay. Damn. What are we on, Sonic? Wow. Okay. I mean, listen, that's you. And I'm not going to knock you for doing that. I'm just saying, typically, most people don't do that. Most people don't sit there and do background checks. It's like you're so upset that you're gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, you should have did a background check." I'm like, no, it's just no one typically does that. Hmm. I mean, like I said, I'm not knocking you, listen. I'm just saying most people don't do that. It's an out of pocket thing to sit there and say. To be honest, up until this point, Jada hasn't been that bad, but now she's pissing me off. Darby says, "Do you know how many times you personally said on your show you said that Jada is on?" Yeah, and I stand by that. That's what I said. I said she's been on my last nerves, but she's not. She's not Jocelyn level bad, right? Like she's been annoying. That she's been annoying me, but she hasn't been. Let's put it this way. I mean, maybe cherry ice cream, but most people don't do that. And even still, you don't blame somebody else for something that they didn't know. Like that's a really out of pocket thing to do is to blame somebody else. Or you should have did this. No, they should sit there and live their life, and you should live yours. How about that? Yeah, I'm not saying she's been pissing me off, but throughout the whole thing, hmm, like I said, listen, we gonna agree to disagree on that one. But and she's just been extra. She's been on some extraness. So Jillian, Alyssa would be a top fly security of the world. Ah, okay, man, I'm gonna check it out then. I mean, Darby, no, I still stand by. I don't think she's the word, but she has been pissing me off, though. I didn't see that coming, Jillian. I did not see that coming. Oddly, I'm kind of here for it, though. I mean, hell, get away from Sunny. I'm cool with that. Let's just say I don't do. Let's just say I don't do a background check, and I find out the person I'm dating is really a. Well, I mean, I get it, Alyssa. I get why. Trust me, I get where you're coming from, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's not something that people commonly do. You know, I'll say that much. That's not something that people will generally commonly do. And trust me, I get how crazy people can be. Jillian says some people have a theory that Drew must have a brain tumor. So I know I shouldn't be laughing at that comment, but like, Jesus Christ, his basically Smith is saying that you got to have your brain really scrambled to be with Nina. And to be honest, Nina is not that bad looking. I didn't see that coming. But I also didn't see him wearing a shirt so cheap that it could just be ripped off like that. Let's say I experienced this before that I didn't do a background check when I was younger. I let a guy come into my home. Oof, Jesus Christ! Wow, I am really sorry to hear that. No, that's yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah, wow, Jesus Christ! I am really sorry that that happened to you. Well, of course, Jillian. Everyone knew it was coming at that point. Let's say I met the guy on the same day he did that to me. I was 21 at the time, living on my own. I had to move. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, no, that's wow. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand where you're coming from now. Like, I get it. Yeah, no, huh. Just that shirt was cheap as hell. Let's just be honest. That shirt was cheap as hell. Well, man, well, to be fair, that dress looked basic as hell on Brooklyn. So for a girl that's rich, but no, I understand where you're coming from now, Alyssa. And you know what, Alyssa, I'll sit there and give you a little bit of leeway, even though I don't think that um background checks is something that people do commonly. I will say this much. From a guy's perspective and a woman's perspective is a little bit different, right? Like I can see a woman doing a background check on a guy more than a guy doing a background check on a woman. Even though if we're gonna be honest, it should probably go both ways. That's not what a guy would typically do. So I I give you that much, Alyssa. Yeah, I can see that part. That's I had to sit there and look at it that way too, from a man's perspective versus a woman's perspective. Alyssa, it's always important to know who you're really seeing because they could be someone you didn't expect for them to be. No, you're speaking the truth. I get where you're coming from, Alyssa. Darby says Albert is so territorial over his name that LOL now Albert is talking fabric strength. No, that was a cheap ass shirt. We all know that. That had nothing to do with that. That's a cheap ass shirt for a guy who's rich. Jillian says can't wait to see how Carly and Michael react when they find out about you. To be to be fair, Jess, that I personally think that Nina should be. I don't like how they portray Nina. It's just very weak-willed, having men slam doors in her face. Like I don't. I mean, Alyssa, I don't want you to be on. I don't want anyone to be on that first 48 hours. It's amazing. Most people don't know about that show, by the way. Alyssa, that's true. Listen, people are nuts. What are you talking about, bro? Mel says I got good news that they will be getting a Sonic the Hedgehog 4 movie and multiple television shows. Yes, I will be watching that show, Mel. I will be watching that show. WTF? What? Alyssa, you heard about a 30-something-year-old woman from Southern California soap opera? No, I did not. But Darby, what about Nina, Nina, Nina? I don't get the joke. Danny says, I want to tell you something. I know this is an idea on my fantasy dream. What if Brenda Barrett came back and she wanted either Sunny or Jagger? I mean, it'd be cool to get Brenda back. I'm talking about me, LOL. She did, Julian. Darby says Nina lives in a mansion rent free in Albert's Head and Heart. I don't even know what to say to that. I have no idea what to say to that. Well, first of all, Lisa, I don't want you like, well, let's say I'm the 30-year-old something woman winding up. I don't want that for me. Well, Alyssa, I don't want that for you either. So again, I get where you're coming from, and since you, that's what I said. Listen, whenever I don't see you after a while, I get kind of worried. I mean, I like having you in the chat in general, but when I don't see you after a while, I get kind of worried. I'm like, yo, let me DM you. Mel says I have a theory that Ava's going to open up the Harris on the item that Clyde. I hope so. But I think at this point, it's just. I think at this point, like just the lies and the secrets. Jillian says people think Carly and Jagger might be. Yes. I mean, like I said, I heard that from. I heard a theory that Laura Ray says something like that. And he says, I have not watched Days since probably last week, and I have no idea what's going on with the show. I didn't want to do a review. You can check that out. Alyssa, they want to say I'm so antisocial, but I'm not really because I don't trust a lot of people. I barely have them in my house. I have three people obsessed with me. I keep blocking them, and they keep calling. Oh, that's kind of creepy. But that's not. No, that's just creepy. I mean, I do think you're an amazing person, but no one should be sniffing or being obsessed with anyone. That's it's creepy that it's like it's the same three people. That's scary. Oh, I'll see you. I'll see you over there, Darby. I'll see you over there. Jillian said, so a comment say where people said Nina seems to go after all Carly's past men she's been with or hooked up with Jax, Sonny, and now Drew. Yeah, it was a comment that almost turned nasty. I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, I'll just be glad when they get this part of the storyline over, and I look forward to seeing how it ends. I'll say that much. But I didn't actually go over the time that I was originally going to end this live stream, so I think I'll end it here. I think this is a good place to end it. But I do want to thank you all for joining tonight, though. This is actually a lot of fun. We had some new people. Same, Jillian. I know some people don't like his accent either. Danny says, "I'll be right now. I've been doing lately 2 videos at General Hospital. Seems like people, yes, General Hospital are definitely popular videos. So I'll sit there and say, keep at it. Have a good night, Queen Jess. It was really great to see you, Alyssa. Thank you for coming through, and I always appreciate you. So thank you. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Susan. Have a good night, Jillian. Have a night, Yes, I have a night, Darby. Have a night, Blackmon. Have a night, Danny. Yeah, I do too, Jillian. You know, and it's usually my highest videos. Um, Sometimes BNB is actually a little higher though, every once in a while, which is really crazy. Lisa says recast Brenda Bear should be an option. It should be, but I think that people will just act a little bit too crazy. Have a good night, Jada. It was really great to see you in the chat. Welcome to the chat again. Danny says, now I've been watching some old school GHF on YouTube, like different scenes. Yes, I do that every now and then with Sunny, because some of that stuff is. Have a good night, Danny. Have a good night, Melly, Mama Heart Queen. Really great to see. Have a good night, Lisa. Um, and if I didn't say good night to you, you know exactly who you are. And I will see you in the next live stream. Laters.